Hello and welcome to a Squadron 42 progress update. We are in the middle of August 2024 and we're going to be taking a look at what CIG and the Star Citizen devs have been focused on over the last few weeks and what they're working on now in regards to Squadron 42 Episode 1, the single player campaign for Star Citizen. It is still in its polish phase, we know that. It's ramping up to some big announcements at CitizenCon in October later this year, on the 19th and 20th of October more specifically, which are likely going to be things like an official release date, among other things. And although it's in its polish phase and is feature complete, it is very much not content complete. And some of those features, like the flight mechanics and the general dogfighting stuff, is still being dialed in quite a lot. Anyway, let's delve into the monthly report that Cloud Imperium put out, looking at what features are being worked on, what's been completed, what's being moved on to, all that sort of stuff. Gameplay features. That team continued improving control surfaces, addressing various tuning issues with ships flying around in atmosphere. For EVA, extravehicular activity, 0G traversal markers were implemented. Without a thruster pack, they show green/red to denote when players can and can't attach. However, with a thruster pack, they only show when close. For the multifunction display rework they've been doing over the last few weeks, comms list, hail target, and comm call functionality were added. So the idea here is to make everything nice and tactile and immersive, a bit wing commandery as well, but obviously brought up to extremely modern standard. And your general traversal, special in 0G, they've reworked that hugely and they're just trying to improve that as much as possible. So you have your thruster packs, but sometimes you're not going to have that and you're going to be pushing and pulling yourself around. The gameplay story team, they've maintained and improved several scenes in the campaign's early chapters. This involved extending a barracks scene to make it 10 times longer, fixing a bad blend in a mess hall start idle, and creating a bespoke crate place animation for use in a med bay. New mocap was also used to extend the approach animation of a hangar scene and to create an end transition for a scene in a lounge area. A pass was also done on a scene in a corridor. They progressed with scenes later in the game as well. For example, they updated a scene in Chapter 11 to work with the correct console. They also brought a complicated scene in Chapter 12 up to date with everything functioning correctly. They also improved and overhauled a scene involving an escape pod with a load of new mocap. Narrative. They tested their work on the in-game Galactopedia and began addressing user experience improvements, including considerations for UI elements to make finding and organizing information easier. So narrative and this Galactopedia stuff is really super important because this will give you context to what's going on in game. It will give you a load of additional background. It's going to be your sort of tool of going, oh, so who are the IMC? What do we know about this star system? What do we know about this planet? And you'll be able to get some quick information at a glance and some deeper information if you want it using that Galactopedia. It is effectively an in-game wiki that will be built out more and more the more stuff that you do and the more places you visit. The team also began tackling another polish task, naming all the NPCs placed by design in the game. While featured story NPCs are well established, additional members of the general populace and outlaws have been added to help make the game feel more alive and combat encounters more engaging. All of these characters and their ships need unique names, I suppose. Interesting. Weekly playthroughs of the game continued as well, including fine-tuning where narrative content triggers and plays. For example, narrative worked with design to adjust the placement of a particular piece of dialogue so that the characters have more natural reaction times. All of these adjustments, while individually small, go a long way to making the world feel more immersive. The UI team continued polishing in-world screens, optimizing a few existing levels to improve frame rate, and creating medical screens for various scenarios. They then made updates to the player's visor, including taking the first steps towards a more cinematic boot-up sequence. The team also improved alien UIs, ensuring it tells a story and feels noticeably different to the more traditional human sci-fi screens players will be used to. For UI tech, the programmers worked on performance improvements to speed up the frame rate of various parts of the UI. AI. We've got a load of NPC and AI updates for you as well. The social AI strike team have introduced new welding helmet animations for engineers in ship corridors, enhancing visual detail and updating post-welding animations. They also added an inspection phase where engineers now examine the work, providing more realistic and dynamic visuals compared to the previous static animations. A new scooch animation for smoother transitions between bathroom lockers and shower cubicles was created. The team then refactored the day-night cycle on the Stanton, so that's the Idris frigate in-game that you're going to be stationed on, the UES Stanton. But anyway, to ensure AI populate the most popular areas of the ship as soon as the player lands, that's all tied to schedules, that's all tied to a living, breathing ship. This is all for immersion, this is all for that sort of gameplay experience. Idle animations after crate inspections were updated to show characters using their datapads to simulate stock taking and entering details. Animations for entering and exiting the firing range console were improved to address various issues such as popping and other visual inconsistencies, while holograms on the firing range T-posing when shot were rectified. And for more realistic character behavior, look at animations were disabled during inappropriate moments, such as when characters touch their faces or use utensils. You don't want someone staring deep into your soul while you're eating. The team then conducted a comprehensive visual pass on dynamic conversations, fixing numerous missing transitions for smoother dialogue flow. They also adjusted animations to ensure characters appear to be talking even without active dialogue. AI Social began refining player interactions in the Stanton, Idris again, preventing unintended entity interactions and highlighting important ones to streamline and enhance player engagement. The AI tech teams gave support to the design team, with the devs implementing and exposing small functionalities alongside performance improvements. For example, they implemented a new behavior assignment for AI pilots exiting to EVA and fixed issues with NPCs using EVA. Bug fixing and behavior improvements were made for NPCs using elevators and using trolleys to move boxes. Boom! That's it for your Squadron 42 update this time. We are plodding closer and closer to CitizenCon and some of those big announcements. Obviously, Squadron 42 is going to be remaining in polish phase at least until then. But you'll get all the updates every time we get them on this channel. Check out the rest of our videos for more stuff on Star Citizen news in general, and the sister report to this, the Assistant Universe monthly report, focusing more on Star Citizen, the MMO stuff that they've been working on. I'm really interested to know, are you super excited for Squadron 42? Is it more sort of Star Citizen that you're into, or are you into both? Are you just wanting to play Squadron 42 so you can unlock stuff for Star Citizen? Because we know that playing Squadron 42, for example, and getting to a certain part of it will allow you to be able to access or purchase or somehow get an F8 Lightning, but potentially other military gear and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm just interested to know what you think on Squadron 42 and the progress they're making. Are you expecting for them to announce a release date at CitizenCon later this year? When are you expecting Squadron 42 Episode 1 to come out? Is it going to be next year? Is it going to be middle of next year, in your opinion, or 2 years' time? Whatever your thoughts, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. You stand at the pearly gates. The winged being there weighs your sins against the weight of a feather. You are found wanting. Not a problem for nordvpn.com/BoredGamer though. Just change your location. Boom! You're in. Bypass your sin. Get nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Probably not a tagline that Nord wants, bypass your sin, but that's what they're getting. Maybe they want one about its added security, privacy, or accessibility. Pah, everyone knows that. You get that at a touch of a button. Click these links below to get great deals on that VPN service. Every month we give away a ship, and this month of August is all about your favourite ships, because it's the ship showdown. My favourite ship is the Mercury Star Runner, and I don't want to give one of those away, but I will. It's a fantastic little multi-role, multi-crew ship. It's got a bit of cargo space, it's got room for a little vehicle, it's got a good amount of firepower, perfect little mission runner. In the future it's going to have data running, it's good for smuggling, it's got lots of secret little hidey holes. I absolutely love this ship. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during August. Also, I would love to know what your favourite ship is. If you would like to further support the channel, consider just commenting or liking, subscribing. That all helps. But also there's the join button under my videos. That goes a huge way to allow us to make daily content on Star Citizen. There's also Patreon, sharing the videos, direct donations. There's links to all of that down below. Thank you so much for watching to the end. You take care and have a great day.